Hello everyone, it's Daphna and I'm back with another production breakdown, this time for my song Bad Bad News.
Bad news, don't like me then you do, then you don't, it's true. You're always changing up like you're bad, bad news. You wanna see it through but you won't, boo-hoo. I should've known that you're bad, bad.
Toe, heel, smack, left, right, turn. Anyways, I'm super excited about this song. This is probably one of my favorite songs I've ever made, both lyrically, sonically, production-wise. I just think it's so fun. And I got to do a little line dance to go with it. Left, right, grapevine, clap, left, boo-hoo, stomp. I should've known you were bad, bad news. Even more fun. I wrote this song maybe like 2 years ago now. Yeah, I wrote it like May of 2024. And originally it was a lot more pop.
Filling in the blanks with who I want you to be. It's easy to believe when it's not something I've seen before. I put all my trust in someone I never touch. I should've known that you're bad, bad news. Don't like me, then you do, then you don't, it's true. You're always changing up like the bad, bad news.
But then like as I was working on it, I was like, you know, this got a bit of twang to it. This could be fun if it was country. And what really ended up pulling it together was I sent it over to my friend George, and he added the main guitar parts that you hear on the song. And that just like completely transformed it, made it what it is. So let's break it down. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so that intro, this right here is, that's from the guitar stems that George sent me. And pretty much he originally just had this in the chorus, but I was like, no, like that guitar line, that is the song. Like that needs to start it off. Like we need to be thrown in there. I was just like, yeah, we're in the country right now. And yeah, pretty much it's just panned left, right. I didn't really change much from, he sent it to me already like with presets on it. And I literally just boosted the mid frequencies. And then also in the beginning, we got this bass, and then we have me also playing live bass. So this MIDI one is from the Contact Scarby bass. Oh, it's frozen. I think I was watching like a Charlie Puth video and he used it. So I was like, let me get that. And that was maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. But I use it a lot. Like doesn't sound that realistic on its own. Like I'm sure there are ways to use the plugin to like really fill it out and make it sound like oomph, but I wanted more oomph, so then I played the bass line on top of it on my own bass. And that kind of brought more of like the low too, you know? So then together it was like the percussion in the beginning. So we have a very boomy kick. So we got this kick going on. And I just have a little bit of reverb and EQ on that. Plus this is all going through the same drum bus, which has a bunch of plugins. I also always like using the SSLG bus on like drums. And then yeah, I just use this drum bus preset. And then in addition to that kick, we also have this one. And that's kind of the main one that's coming through that's really loud and boomy. And then we also have this kick sample. So yeah, I really love layering kicks, so then it's just like you're getting like the depth and the punchiness and just like the high end of like different kinds. So that's what we got there. And then obviously big part of the song is the cowbell. So we got this going. And yeah, I have a phaser on that. I think pretty light, just like 50%. But just so it's like, I don't know, just so there's a little bit more going on with that. And then we also have this percussion shaker loop. And I have a spreader on that, so it's a little bit more spread. And then also have it panned slightly to the left. And then we have these like guitar licks coming in. I think I also might have taken that from different parts of the stems that George had sent me and like moved them to the front. But yeah, like so fun. So really like puts you in the mood. So then in addition to that, on the second half of the intro, we have the this acoustic guitar come in, and I kind of just like put a bunch of stuff on it. So I have a phaser going, and then also the shaper box plugin, which is giving it like a side chain. So yeah, we can hear it without anything. And it was me. I'm pretty bad at guitar. I've gotten better because I've been practicing, but at least when I was recording this song, I was really bad. So I played like that, and then I bounced it and shifted it. So then it's kind of like a call and response thing, and it's like constantly going. And then with like all the plugins on that, it's just like there's constant energy. Like there's the constant like driving, like, okay, there's a guitar in this. And then we also have this acoustic guitar that's mimicking the same thing that the bass is doing. And yeah, as you can see, because of my poor guitar playing, I had to record that as 2 separate takes where I did the long note and then the second half. But it works. That's the intro. Then we got the vocals coming in.
Filling in the blanks with who I want you to be. It's easy to believe when it's not something I've seen.
My vocals, it's pretty much the same, yeah, like vocal chain that I've been doing for like a lot of my songs. I really love boosting the higher frequencies. I just like feel like it gives like a cool brightness to my voice. I have that with right and left doubles.
It's easy to believe when it's not something I've seen. And I know I've got issues, but I leave them as my own.
I like still was at the phase where I wasn't cleaning up my vocal takes in this song. Like there's a lot of dead space and like random noise. But, you know, you live, you learn. And then we also have these strings come in. So that's my friend Pio playing those strings. He's an incredible violinist. So I just like, he came here, I had the parts already written out because I played the song live with the string quartet, and he was in that quartet as well. And then yeah, we pretty much just like went through like the violin 1, violin 2 parts and just played them through. But that is also with this. And that's pretty much a splice sample I found that I then just like messed around with and pitch bended, and like also added the shaper box like side chain to that as well, and the RC20 retro, which gave it some nice like cool phasey texture and noise. Let me see if I can find the original sample. Splice, if you're watching this, hey, I use you all the time. SP20. Okay, here it is. So I pretty much just used the first half of that and then just like cut this, the note I wanted, and just, I think I used flex to like keep it at that note, and then I just... And yeah, I kind of liked the eerie feel of it. And then we also have this as Pio with some live violin playing like the other chords. And yeah, you can hear that the plugins make a huge difference. But I really liked the like eerie tinny kind of sound for that. So yeah, I called that weird violin because it is a weird violin.
Selling me lies every day for 2 weeks.
So the second part, we have some more guitar coming in. This is another guitar sample. Yeah, I think I just changed the speed of this one, and then I added a spreader and this kilohertz trance plugin, trance gate. Which is where it's pretty subtle, but I think it's like some sort of phasing thing. I don't really know honestly what it's doing, but I like the sound of it. We have that coming in, we have the violins coming in. We also now have we have another cowbell coming in now on the right side, and it's just like kind of ping-ponging like in the drums. I really wanted it to like have that energy.
Selling me lies every day for 2 weeks.
And then we also have more electric guitar coming in down here. Oh, it's so good. Thank you, George. But yeah, it has like a sliding kind of thing, and it's just that nice like Western. Like I feel like some tumbleweed should be passing right now, you know? And then we have these vocal harmonies that come in. I called them crunch because they are crunchy. Listen to this.
Guess you got cold feet.
I love that harmony so much. I just think
You met me, guess you got cold feet. And now you've bruised my ego, said you're better.
I just think it like really like ties them together, and also it's just like I feel like crunchy harmonies are kind of like a fuck you. You know, it's like, oh, you got cold feet, didn't ya?
You never even saved my number in your phone. I should have known.
So here it's pretty much stripping everything back. It's pretty simple. We have another guitar loop. Also splice. Then I have the Scarby bass doing this. And then like my actual bass playing. And that's kind of it other than vocals. And then halfway through we have the kick come back in. And then also some more like guitar licks.
Anything that had a pulse. I should have known you were bad news.
So then for the chorus, everything's back in full swing. It's a lot of the same elements that were in the second verse, but now we have like this guitar doubled. I think I transposed it up an octave. I just thought that gave it more like depth. And then also we have a bunch of backing vocals now coming in.
Bad news. Then you don't, it's true. Bad news. But you won't boo-hoo.
It's like hurting me that I didn't clean up in between these, because I think it would have been a much cleaner mix if I had just done the work and cleaned it up. I'm a lot better at that now. I've like really worked it into just like this, as I'm recording, I clean things up. But this was, I think I produced this like most of it, the bulk of it, in like December of last year. So
Leaving me stranded, but you won't boo-hoo. I should have known that you're bad.
And then we also have the violins back in, and it's like, this is Pio playing. I really love the violin parts on this song. I think they're super fun. And then also a big part is we got like some more like slidey guitar things. Something about that just feels so like old school to me. It's like really cool. And then we also have just like the main guitar lick. And then yeah, I also put another side chain on it so the kick can come through.
You wanna see it through, but you won't, boo-hoo. I should've known that you're bad, bad, leaving me stranded on the side of the road.
I love, that's like one of my favorite parts of this song is like, first the slide, again, that is some tumbleweed. Like, you're leaving me stranded on the side of the road, like, we should have had tumbleweed in the video, that would have been perfect. But yeah, like something about that slide is like really setting the scene, and then we like come like, kind of like,
leaving me stranded on the side of the road.
Again, that like crunch on road is just so like, fuck you. That's like literally every note possible. I was like, let me add that in there. I just think it's so like satisfying.
Of the road, flew all this way only to get disposed, but I should've known better. I can't predict the weather, but I sure as hell can't expect betrayal from a man you never even.
And then George added this like really cool guitar slidey thing right here, which is kind of reminiscent of the earlier weird violin screeching.
Sure as hell can't expect betrayal from a man you never even saved my number in your phone.
For this next pre-chorus, we have still the same vibe as the first one, but now we also have these distorted electric guitars of like the like power chords. I also was making sure vocally that I was like singing it a lot like stronger and angrier. Like we can hear the difference.
You never even saved my number in your phone. I should've known that you would've fucked anything that had a pulse.
So like really using more of my full voice there, and whereas in like the first one,
you never even saved my number in your phone. I should've known.
It's a lot more whispery and a lot more like, oh, you never did this, and then it's like, you never did this, bitch. So yeah, I was angry. This song is based off of a true story, okay?
I should've known you were bad news. Don't like me, then you do, then you don't. It's true. You're all.
So this next chorus is a lot of the same as the first one, but now we're kind of like doubling more with the drums. I added in a snare and a hi-hat loop. So the snare and hi-hat loop came in during the verse.
The road flew all this way only to get to.
So that's actually the first part of the song where we actually have a snare. Like for the rest of the drums, there was no snare. It was just like kick and hi-hat and shaker. And now we have snare coming in, and then in the chorus, we're really going ham on it.
Don't like me, then you do.
And then yeah, so I have like multiple snare samples. And then this hi-hat loop. And then yeah, like all together. Just like fun drums, you know, like there's a lot of energy. And then there's like more of the slide guitar.
Always changing up like you're bad news. You wanna see it through, but you won't, boo-hoo. I should've known that you're bad news. Bad news, man, how's it gonna break it to you?
Also, then we get into the B side of the chorus, and we have this like kind of
bad news, man, how's it gonna break it to you?
And I was kind of like imagining like an old-timey like
bad news, man, how's it gonna break it to you?
You know, like when you have all the women like in front of the mic and they're like snapping. Like that's like the vibe I wanted. So we have that, and then just like the rest of the chorus is still just like the same kind of.
How's it gonna break it to you? Bad news, man,
yeah, for the bridge, we have that same pulsing feel as the pre-chorus, but then we also have like some more guitar kind of parts going throughout the like.
And I sat there late that morning, racking through my brain for an answer, for a reason, for something to keep me sane.
And then we also have the violin part come here. And so in addition to the weird violin, we also have them coming through just like a lot cleaner. Ah, it's just so beautiful. I love strings. And then yeah, that layered with the, like the tinny kind of sound. We now also have a lot more harmonies. So we have me singing the like main part like 6 times pretty much. I have 2 doubled in the center and then 2 on each side.
And I sat there late that morning, racking through my brain for an answer, for a reason, for something to keep me sane. 'Cause I've got nothing left to give, and you won't take me as I am. But if I'm easy, then you're simple. After all, you're just a man.
And yeah, like this one's called Bridge Yell because it's literally me singing them normally and then I decide to yell, you know?
'Cause I've got nothing left to give, and you won't take me as I am. But if I'm easy, then you're simple. After all, you're just a man.
And also just like I loved having a bunch of delay on that, so it's really just like, you're just a man! And I'm like echoing it into a cave of... And he hears it, and he hears the echo off of the vast fields. And then we also have this drum loop thing built in. Yeah, it's pretty much just like fun, like fill. And then we also had that actually in the second pre-chorus, I think.
You would've fucked anything that had a pulse.
So yeah, a lot of similarities there.
But if I'm easy, then you're simple. After all, you're just a man. Bad news.
And then we got the fiddle coming in. So yeah, we have that is right here, I believe. So to really get that to come through like all of the noise and everything, I added this decapitator on it, which just like, it's like a saturation plug and it pretty much like kind of distorts it and just makes it loud. And then we also doubled that just like with a left and right. And then in addition to like the violin, I also have some just like, I think this is like an evil laugh. Yeah, I was trying to be as witchy as possible right there.
After all, you're just a man. Bad news. Don't like me, then you do, then you don't. It's true. You're always changing up like you're bad news.
And then yeah, we just have like a nice yeehaw kind of thing, or wahoo. I actually don't know what is going. That's a lot of consonants and vowels. It's like a nya wahoo. So just like a new, I think I was just like trying to figure out what to do. But it's like fun, it like works, you know?
Don't like me, then you do, then you don't, it's true. You're always changing.
And then we also have a new violin part that came in. And then so we have like the main fiddle that kind of is like loud and then it just like leads and transitions into like... And then we also have these ending vocals that I added. They're like ooze.
Bad news. Bad news.
I was kind of much like adding every possible layer I could think of and trying to make it work, you know?
Bad news. Don't like me, then you do, then you don't. It's true. You're always changing up like you're bad news. You wanna see it through, but you won't. Boo-hoo. I should've known that you're bad news. Bad news, man. How's it gonna break it to you?
And then we have more violin parts come in, and those just mimic like the same Bad News Man, like kind of. And I pretty much originally wrote those parts because I was playing it just with a quartet. I didn't have other people doing vocals, so I was like, I need something to fill in that part. But then I was like, what if we just had both on the recorded version? And I love it so much. I think it adds like so much like fun and texture. And that's the song. That's kind of like it, really. Also, if you've noticed, like something about this song like forces me to have a fake country accent, and it's not that bad in the recorded version. Like I don't think I put on too much of a twang, but like for some reason when I perform live, it's like not on purpose. It just happens. It's just like something is like awakened from within me, and I just feel the need to be like, after all, you're just a man. And I just like, sure, I'm from Colorado, but like not that part of Colorado, you know? Yeah, I'm a poser is what it is, but I love this song. So love you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye. Toe, heel, smack, left, right, turn, left, right, grapevine, clap, left, boo-hoo, stomp. I should've known you were bad news. Hats off to you, you know?